Jury always seems to be split on this team, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Mark Rogers TV ranking all the schedules. We've completed that task, 68 all the way up to number 1. We now go with the game predictions, and we have completed the ACC, and it just seems to make sense that we then attack Notre Dame's schedule with, of course, the contract between Notre Dame and the Atlantic Coast Conference for a 5-game schedule between the two. For Notre Dame, it starts with Temple at home. The Owls without head coach Matt Rhule, who has gone to Baylor. Jeff Collins, the defensive coordinator at Florida, taking over for Rhule. The Owls expect to be tough, but Notre Dame wins this one at home with an 80% probability of winning this game. Irish get it done. Georgia at Notre Dame, one of the more highly anticipated non-conference affairs of the season. And Georgia goes to Notre Dame. I give the Irish a 45% chance of winning this game, and they don't get it done. So the correlation between the probability of winning the game and actually winning it is strong, but it's not definite. Those are called upsets. But the Irish don't get it done against the Bulldogs. I like it. Jacob Eason in his second season and with a couple games more experience than Notre Dame at quarterback. BC is the next game on Notre Dame's slate, and Notre Dame gets it done with a 75% chance of winning that one. And they go on a run against Michigan State. That's a road game in East Lansing, but of course, Sparty, like Notre Dame, definitely a wild card, having almost a mirror-like dissension from 2015 to 16, going from 11-1 regular season and going to the college football playoff to 3-9 last season for Sparty. Michigan State did win in South Bend last year. This time Notre Dame returns the favor in East Lansing. They also defeat Miami of Ohio out of the MAC and a win against North Carolina. That one in Chapel Hill. All right, the closing stretch is pretty difficult, especially this 2-gamer against USC and against North Carolina State. And despite taking on the Trojans at home, Notre Dame certainly has a shot at 35%, but they fall to one of the top 5 teams in the nation, USC. Also lose this one against North Carolina State, a bit of an upset there against the Wolfpack. Wake Forest, Miami, and Navy are wins. And yes, I got Notre Dame, despite what would seem to be an adverse situation in going to Miami against a team that's most likely going to win the Coastal Division. I believe Miami's a better team, but on this date, Notre Dame wins it on the road. Yes, it seems highly improbable. Yes, it is at 40%, but they upset the Canes before concluding with a win against Navy and then a very difficult assignment going on the road all the way across country to Stanford to take on the Cardinal, a yearly rivalry matchup between Notre Dame and Stanford, and Notre Dame loses that one. The final tally for Notre Dame, much better than it was in 2016, but still not enough to compete in the top 10. 8 wins, 4 losses for the Irish. This is my final record for Notre Dame football and Brian Kelly in 2017. Would love to hear what you have to say right here on Mark Rogers TV.